Hi, this is Morley and this is the M-Wire. In this video, we're going to look at how somehow, someway, Colin Kaepernick and Anthony Fauci have won an award. Yeah, you heard me right. They've actually won the Robert F. Kennedy Ripple of Hope Award, which is given out for outstanding achievement in social change. Well, what has Colin Kaepernick done for social change? Up until about, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I was a 49ers fan until the professional sports in general went woke. I'm not going to be watching football this year. I'm just sick and tired of them taking a political stance on something that is meant to be entertainment, which is football. When Colin Kaepernick first knelt for the national anthem when he was a 49er, like most, I didn't understand it. I'm like, well, why is he doing that? So when he said at the press conference after the game that he was protesting the treatment of black people by the police, I thought, okay, well, that's all fine and well that you feel that way, but why are you using the NFL as a podium for it? If you want to voice your opinion on that, why don't you take to social media, do speaking engagements on it, not use the NFL platform for that? And as time went on and more players started doing it, I thought, well, what is this, a movement now? I was less than impressed back then. But I mean, let's look at Colin Kaepernick now. I mean, I look at him like he's a professional victim. I mean, he just goes around and says, poor me, and he's rewarded for it by not only winning this award. I mean, he's gotten Nike endorsements. He just signed a deal with Disney. So our society now, endorses people being a victim. Here, you're a victim. Let's pay you for it. That's noble. It really speaks volumes as to how reprobate our society really is when we actually reward something like that. As for Anthony Fauci, gee, what has he done for an outstanding achievement in social change other than, make people wear masks? I mean, seriously, I can't think of, why he's deserving of this award. This is pretty silly if you ask me. But enough of my rant. Let's get into the article. America hater Colin Kaepernick and chronically wrong Anthony Fauci to receive not so prestigious Human Rights Award. A washed-up NFL quarterback who hates America and police officers, along with a career bureaucrat immunologist who has been repeatedly wrong about the coronavirus, are both set to receive a once prestigious award, not for any particular achievement, but because of left-wing politics. Colin Kaepernick and Dr. Anthony Fauci are both 2020 recipients of the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Ripple Award of Hope, which is given to outstanding leaders who have demonstrated a commitment to social change, recognizing individuals across government, business, advocacy, and entertainment who have utilized their platform for the public good, according to a press release. At a time when the courageous pursuit of equality and justice has become political and riddled with adversity, Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights stand with these modern-day human rights defenders in their inspirational fight for progress, the release says. The full list of awardees include Dr. Anthony Fauci, Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Dolores Huerta, founder of the Dolores Huerta Foundation and co-founder of the United Farm Workers of America, Colin Kaepernick, human rights activist, co-founder of Know Your Rights Camp and Super Bowl quarterback, Dan Schulman, President and Chief Executive Officer of PayPal, and Dan Springer, Chief Executive Officer of DocuSign. Our country is yearning for leadership, for moral fortitude, for common decency and kindness, and this year's Ripple of Hope laureates give us hope for the future, said Kerry Kennedy, president of the organization. Their work for equal justice touches every corner of society, sometimes at great personal cost. We are deeply honored to celebrate these changemakers who have set forth countless ripples of hope at a time when our world is in such need of inspiration. Let's be clear. Kaepernick's entire shtick is based on the lie of systemic racism in America. That doesn't exist. It hasn't existed now for decades, thanks in large part to real civil rights leaders Martin Luther King Jr. and the recently deceased Republican John Lewis, the latter of whom actually took beatings from white Southern Democrat cops for trying to rescue the promise of our founding for blacks in the 1950s and 60s. If racism was systemic, how would a guy like him ever get a shot at becoming a multimillionaire football player and now a multimillionaire spokesman for Nike? He wouldn't if systemic racism was real. As for Fauci, what exactly has he done for human rights? That is a term that most generally associated with fighting injustices, racial, religious, cultural, and societal. But has he done any of that? If so, we must have missed it because we can't think of a single thing that he's done along those lines in recent months to earn this award. What he has done, however, is misread the coronavirus pandemic early and often. Remember when he told us Americans not to wear masks? How many lives did that cost us? President Trump said that Fauci opposed the decision to shut off travel from China. If Trump would have listened, how many more lives would that have cost us? And let's not forget the H1N1 swine flu virus in 2009 when Fauci was still head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, where he's been for decades. Ron Klain, then chief of staff to Vice President Joe Biden, said it was only a matter of luck that swine flu didn't kill as many people as the Spanish flu in 1918. It's purely a fortuity that this isn't one of the great mass casualty events in American history, Klain said of H1N1 in 2019. This has nothing to do with us doing anything right. It just had to do with luck. If anyone thinks that this can't happen again, then they don't have to go back to 1918. They can just go back to 2009, 2010, and imagine a virus with a different lethality, and you can do the math off that. After Barack Obama won a Nobel Peace Prize before his first year of presidency was complete just for saying he wanted to eliminate all nuclear weapons, that prize lost its luster and prestige. And after fake news factories like the New York Times and Washington Post continue to rack up Pulitzer Prizes, in the age of Trump that has lost its award luster as well. And another award has been rendered insignificant and moot thanks to left-wing politics. I'm sure Robert F. Kennedy is turning over in his grave right now. This is just beyond sad. Thank you very much for listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially comment. I'd really like to know what you think about this. Have a great evening, and God bless.